Good evening. Welcome to Sports Pass. Over the next 30 minutes, we take a closer look at all the big sporting stories developing in India and the world. I am Anil Thomas. Let's get started with the top sporting headlines at the top of this hour. UEFA alters Champions League format from 24-25, 36 teams to participate in a single league phase. In Premier League title race, Arsenal closes gap within 2 points of leaders Liverpool after matching its biggest away win with a 6-0 thrashing of Sheffield United. And in a first, India's women's and men's table tennis teams qualify for the Summer Games through the World Team Rankings. Well, now for the stories in detail. The UEFA on Monday announced a new and exciting format for the 24-25 edition of the Champions League. From the 24-25 season onwards, 36 clubs will participate in a single league phase instead of the present group stage format, where 32 teams are divided into 8 groups of 4 teams each. The change, known as the Swiss medal, marks a departure from the traditional group stage format and introduces a more inclusive and dynamic structure.
Football governing body, the Union of European Football Association, has announced a new format of the Champions League for the 2024-25 edition. The league will see a significant change in the group stage format and the number of teams taking part in the tournament. From the 2024-25 season onwards, 36 clubs will participate in a single league phase instead of the present group stage format, where 32 participants are divided into 8 groups of 4. This adjustment allows for a broader representation of clubs, ensuring a more competitive and engaging tournament. The essence of this reform lies in the league phase fixtures, where each participating team is guaranteed to play 8 matches, 4 at home and 4 away. The setup contrasts sharply with the previous format, where teams were divided into 8 groups of 4, playing 6 games in a double round-robin system. In the revamped format, teams will not face the 3 opponents twice, but will instead compete against 8 different teams, ensuring a variety of matchups and reducing the predictability of encounters. These matches are determined through a draw that places the 36 teams into 4 pots based on their UEFA coefficients, with each club playing 2 teams from each pot. This method aims to balance the competition and create more big matches early in the tournament, enhancing its appeal and intensity. The final standings will be compiled into a single league table, with the top 8 teams automatically advancing to the round of 16. Teams finishing between 9th and 24th will enter a 2-legged knockout playoff to secure one of the remaining 8 spots in the last 16, adding another layer of excitement and uncertainty to the competition. Notably, there will be no protection in the knockout round, setting the stage for potential domestic clashes in the latter stages of the tournament. The 8 teams that qualify will each face one of the top 8 finishers. Team that finishes 25th or lower in the league phase will be eliminated, with no access to the UEFA Europa League. From the round of 16 onwards, the competition will continue to follow its existing format of knockout rounds, leading to the final staged at a neutral venue selected by UEFA. The same format changes will also be applied to the UEFA Europa League and the UEFA Europa Conference League, which will be called the UEFA Conference League as of 2024-25, with both competitions also featuring 36 teams in the league phase.
Well, Australia and Chelsea soccer player Sam Kerr will face trial in the UK, accused of racially aggravated harassment by a police officer. According to reports, Kerr, one of the world's most recognizable women's footballers who made a debut for London-based Women's Super League club Chelsea in 2020, pleaded not guilty at a Kingston Crown Court on Monday after being charged on January 1st. The 30-year-old is due to appear in court next year. The forward has been sidelined after suffering an anterior cruciate ligament injury during training in Chelsea in January this year. Football Australia CEO James Johnson said on Tuesday that they were looking into charges against the player and have found out about the charges against Sam Kerr on Tuesday morning, like everyone else did.
Look, I woke up this morning, like everyone else did, to the news, and that's when Football Australia found out about this unsettling event. Sam has rights, natural justice rights. procedural rights that she's got to work her way through, and we're respectful of that. Look, we need to allow the process to play out. I think that's important. Sam has rights as an individual. She's pleaded not guilty. I think we need to remember that, and we need to respect that.
Well, the local organisers in Ghana have downplayed worries to host the postponed 2023 African Games, stating that the nation is ready and fully prepared. The Games, originally scheduled to start in August 2023, were postponed because of a disagreement over marketing rights, which delayed the competition of facilities or completion of facilities, with ongoing disharmony between organising bodies of the African Union, the Association of National Olympic Committee of Africa, and the Association of African Sports Confederations. All three organizations play key roles in delivering the event, which is now scheduled to officially begin with the opening ceremony in Accra on 8th of March, with a closing scheduled for the 23rd of this month. Former German Football Association President Theo Zwangsjeur and Wolfgang Neschbach went on trial along with the former Secretary General on Monday. They were accused of tax evasion in connection with the 2006 World Cup hosted by Germany. At the heart of this case has been dragged on through the legal system for years and has also included several other separate investigations, which include a DFB Commission. One is a payment of 6.7 million euros linked to the 2006 World Cup related event that never took place. Neschbach and his predecessor, Zwangsjeur, and former Secretary General Horst Schmidt are accused of arranging for incorrect tax returns submitted for the 2006 World Cup to enable the DFB to avoid paying millions in taxes. Neschbach, Zwangsjeur and Schmidt deny any wrongdoing. Well, Maurizio Sarri Lazio's geared up on Monday ahead of the Champions League's last 16 against Bayern Munich, hoping to get on with a 1-0 lead from the first leg, rather consolidate on it. The Rome side will try to back up their good performance in Munich on Tuesday night against Thomas Tuchel's side, but it's Bayern Munich. Lazio lost against AC Milan on Friday after a chaotic end to a game which saw the hosts reduced to 8 men in stoppage time. Lazio remain 9th in the league standings on 40 points, having lost 3 of their last 4 league games, take on Udinese on March 11th. Arsenal, meanwhile, matched its biggest Premier League away win with a 6-0 plumbing of Sheffield United on Monday. After scoring 5 times in the first half when it tore the home side apart from having closed within 2 points of leaders Liverpool, Mikel Arteta's team is in 3rd place with 61 points after 27 games, a point behind Manchester City, but with a much better goal difference than its title rival. The Blades remain rooted to the bottom on 13 points, 11 adrift of the safety zone. The Gunners are in the first Premier League team with 7 wins in a row this season and appear to be gaining momentum at just the right time to keep up the pressure on the top 2, that's Liverpool and Manchester City. PSG manager Luis Enrique dodged a number of questions about Kylian Mbappe's future at the French club, insisting he was more focused on the second leg of the Champions League last 16 clash against La Liga side Real Sociedad on Tuesday night. France captain Mbappe, the club's all-time leading goal scorer, is yet to play a full match since he informed PSG that he would leave them as a free agent at the end of the season. Bombarded with questions about Mbappe, Enrique appeared agitated at times and kept joking with the UEFA translator that he was not really understanding the questions.
It was just that the translator does not understand it. It must be a very complicated question. Was Kylian involved in it? Then it was a complicated one for sure. Do you dare or not? You have not understand it right. Me neither.
Inter Milan stressed their lead atop the Italian league to 15 points as first half goals from Christian Aslani and Alexis Sanchez with a penalty secured a battling 2-1 win over Genoa on Monday night. Inter moved further ahead in the title race on 72 points after second place Juventus lost 2-1 against Napoli. Inter's Simone Inzaghi had reasons to celebrate his 300th Serie A game as a manager, with the side winning all 12 of their matches so far this season and matching the points total they achieved in the whole of last season. Genoa put up a fight from the start and came close to scoring midway through the first half with a header from Matteo Retegui that Inter goalkeeper Yana Sommer saved impressively. Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelch confirmed his retirement on Monday after a 13-year National Football League career during which he established himself as one of the best at his position and endeared himself to be the team's fan base. Kelch, the older brother of Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelch, won a Super Bowl in Feb 2018, earned 7 Pro Bowl selections and was named a first-team All-Pro 6 times in an NFL career that was spent entirely with the Eagles. Kelch owns the franchise for Eagles and records for consecutive starts and most regular season games played by an offensive lineman. During his career, Kelch became one of Philadelphia's most beloved athlete, a fan favorite at a position that does not produce typically fan favorites. The Indian men's and women's table tennis team made history on Monday as both teams qualified for the Olympics or the Summer Games for the first time ever on the basis of their world rankings. Despite losing their quarterfinal games at the ITTF World Table Tennis Team Championship that was held in Busan, both the teams, the men's and women's, have secured their spots for the 2024 Paris Olympics. This will be the first time that India competes in the table tennis team event at the Summer Games since its inception in 2008 Beijing Olympics. Well, former World Championship bronze medalist Sai Parneet announced his retirement from his badminton career. The 31-year-old shuttler, who ended India's 36-year wait for a World Championship medal in 2019, said he is happy for what he's achieved in his career. He also represented India at the 2020 Tokyo Summer Games. Sai Parneet, who achieved a career best ranking of 10, also made history by becoming the second Indian men's player to win a medal at the BWF World Championship after the legendary Prakash Padukone, who achieved the feat in 1983. Following his retirement, the 31-year-old is set to begin a new innings as the head coach of the Triangle Badminton Academy in the United States. Well, former Indian skipper MS Dhoni, who led Chennai to their 5th IPL title, hinted at a new role in a rather social media appearance ahead of the upcoming Indian Premier League season. Dhoni took to social media to make this announcement, or rather encrypted announcement, ahead of the upcoming season, also dropping a hint for a new role, leaving fans in speculation. Dhoni, with 5 IPL titles, is the joint most successful captain in the history of the tournament, along with Mumbai player and Indian captain Rohit Sharma. And while no one is aware as to what the new role is, CSK fans would be hoping it is not related to a leadership change. Well, senior England batter Joe Root is hugely impressed by Indian off-spinner Ravichandran Ashwin's range, aggressive mindset and the relentless pursuit for wickets. Joe Root heaped praise on the 36-year-old, saying that the veteran spinner is a consistent or a constant threat and he hardly believes in the concept of wearing the opposition down. Ashwin, who recently went past the 500-wicket milestone in the traditional format, becoming only the second Indian after Anil Kumble to achieve the target, will play his 100th Test match during the 5th match against England starting on March 7th at Dharamshala. Root, in his praise for Ashwin, said that Ashwin is always trying to find ways of getting you out rather than trying to wear you down over long periods of time. He uses creases. He used the crease differently from traditional off-spinners. He uses overspin, side spin, can get really tight to the stumps. can go wide and has also got the carom ball. You know, a lot of different tricks. Sri Lanka edged past Bangladesh in a final ball thriller to clinch a 3-run victory in the first T20 international match. Dashun Shanaka bowled the last over, in which he conceded 8 runs and took 2 wickets to prevent Bangladesh from winning a rip-roaring encounter. Sri Lanka posted an imposing total of 206 for 3 before Mahmudullah and Zakir Ali gave Bangladesh a great chance at victory, but Ali got out in the last over with 10 runs needed of 3 deliveries. Bangladesh was stranded at 203 for 8. Sadira Samara Vikrama laid the foundation for Sri Lanka as he scored an unbeaten 61 of 48 deliveries. Stand-in captain Charit Ashalanka hammered a 21-ball 44 to take the side past 200. Well, Australian skipper Pat Cummins has struggled to come to terms with his mother's death, describing coming to India for a test series as the hardest time of his life. While she received treatment at home, Cummins' mother, Maria, died of cancer last year, but the Australian captain travelled to India for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, which consisted of 4 tests. Between the second and third test, Cummins returned home to attend to a family medical emergency, which turned out to be his mother's health problem. Cummins expressed, "Flying away, that's the hardest time of my life easily. I probably felt that in the last 12 months leading in, any time I flew away, I was like, time's finite here. I'm making a deliberate choice to go and play somewhere rather than spend it at home." Cummins claimed he attempted to keep Maria's final days as quiet as possible and did not explain why he flew home after playing 2 tests in India last year. But the time in particular, because we know roughly the timeline, and knowing mum and dad as well, how much joy they get sitting together watching me play, that gave me enough confidence to go and play, and they were desperate for me to go and play, and I knew I could hop on a flight and at any time and come back. Still to come on DD India Sports Pass. World number 2 Carlos Alcaraz defeats 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal in the Netflix Slam. Sumit Nagal brushes past the challenge of American wildcard Stephen Dostanek in Indiana Wells.
Voice of a rising aspirational world. Stories of challenges, struggles and accomplishment. A world battling conflict, hunger and poverty. Embracing growth, development, science and technology. A voice of progress, a voice of unity. Watch Voice of the Global South with me, Akshay Dongre, only on DD India.
Welcome back once again. You're watching DD India Sports Bus. I am Anil Thomas. Moving on, 2-time reigning MotoGP champion Francisco Bagnaini signed a new 2-year deal with Ducati on Monday. The 27-year-old Italian who rides the Ducati Lenovo team will remain with the manufacturer for the 25-26 seasons. The 21-race 2024 MotoGP season begins on Sunday in Qatar at the Lusail International Circuit, where Bagnaini set the fastest ever lap time on 2 wheels to close out official testing in Feb. World number 2 Carlos Alcaraz beat 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal in a tiebreak set 3-6, 6-4, 14-12 in the Netflix Slam. Nadal and Alcaraz are next in action at the Masters tournament at Indiana Wells that begins this week. Former world number 1, Nadal is a 3-time Indiana Wells champion and plays his first round match on Thursday at the tournament in the Southern California desert. Great Britain's Katie Boulter stunned 6-seeded Ukrainian Marta Koshuk, coming back for a 5-7, 6-2, 6-2 victory in the final of the San Diego Open. Bolter grabbed her first title at the WTA 500 level, ranked 49th in the world. She's the lowest ranked player to win a WTA 500 title since Ludmila Samsonova did it at the 2021 German Open. Samsonova was ranked 106th at the time. All 5 victories Bolter recorded at the San Diego Open came against top 50 opponents. Kostyuk led 1-0 in both the second and third sets, but it was Bolter from there on. The latter saved 7 of the 11 break points and overcame 13 double faults. Kostyuk finished with just 1 ace. While Indian ace tennis player Sumit Nagal brushed aside the challenge of American wildcard Steven Dostanek in straight sets in his first outing at the Indiana Wells Masters. The Indian number 1 beat Dostanek in straight sets 6-2, 6-2 in the first round of the qualifying on Monday. Nagal took 68 minutes to emerge winner without facing a single break point in the entire match. By making the final qualifying round, Nagal secured himself 10 ranking points and $14,400 as prize money. Sumit Nagal will take on Seong Chang Hong in the second qualifying round on Tuesday. The 42nd edition of the Petroleum Sports Promotion Board Inter-Unit Lawn Tennis Tournament started in New Delhi. The tournament is being hosted by EIL. Many players of international and national level are taking part in the tournament, representing their teams, which will take part from the 5th to the 8th of this month. The event will witness the participation of Arjuna awardees and former Olympians.
Yeah, we are happy to be here, to be playing and being part of the oil tournament. Oil sector has always, been really helpful towards all sports people, and we are very, grateful that we are part of the oil sectors.
Absolutely, it's a very fun week as well. Meeting all the players, being competitive, but yet being friendly in nature. And as Ram said, I think the oil sector, the PSPB, has been very, very supportive of all the sports. They've taken the initiative of really enhancing the sporting careers of a lot of players, past and even present and even the future. So this is our small contribution towards it, and we're all here fighting, having fun, and bring more points, and so that our sort of oil company can be victorious.
As an oil sector organization, Engineers India is hosting the 42nd PSPB lawn tennis tournament, and we have players of ranking not only of the nation but international. We have Ankita Raina, Ramnath, Yuki Bramri, and young players like Vishnu. All of them have joined in to participate in this tournament, to not only showcase the spirit of sports but also compete to gain excellence in their own fields. And also there are young upcoming players also which the oil sector has supported.
Well, ace tennis Olympian and Asian Games medalist Vishnu Vardhan is also participating in the tennis tournament. He talked about the importance of national level tournaments in an exclusive conversation with Deepika Mato. Take a listen.
Ahead of the 42nd PSPB tournament, which is all set to take place in New Delhi, we have with us Olympian and Asian Games champion Vishnu Vardhan. A very warm welcome and thank you so much for exclusively talking to DD India. When we talk about events like PSBB, which are very much important for the nation, how important participation of bigger players like you becomes?
First of all, I would like to thank my parent organization, which is ONGC. They've been a pillar of support for the last 12 years, and one of the main reasons that I could achieve this kind of achievements that you've just spoken about in my career, and that is all done through the Petroleum Sports Promotion Board. So it's not just a tennis event; it's a celebration of tennis across different organizations, and showing that they are the pinnacle of support for all the sportsmen. So all the top players are over here, and it's going to be a highly competitive event. At the same time, we want to give our best for our own organization. This is the 1 week that we play for them. So very excited, and hope we end up winning for our company.
It is very important to play for the organization and strengthen your roots also. But at the same time, how much of a help you are getting from such sort of events for your international tournaments?
Absolutely. The organization has been supporting not only that we are a part of the payroll, but also they take care of our equipments, for our training, medical facilities. There are a lot of other things, and then events like these will make us better prepared for the forthcoming tournaments. I have an ITF event in Delhi and Chandigarh right after this, so it will be a great preparatory week for me, since I'll be playing in the same conditions. So I hope to be a lot more sharper for these international events.
All right, thank you so much for talking exclusively to DD India, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
So there you heard Olympian Vishnuvardhan, who talked about his participation and how much it is important for all the athletes to represent your nation as well. This is Deepika Iyer reporting for DD India, New Delhi.
Well, and speaking on the motto of the event, Senior General Manager of Engineers India Private Limited said that sports has witnessed a transformational journey in the last 9 years, and this has been made possible due to various governmental initiatives. The aim of the PSPB lawn tennis tournament is to keep this transformative journey going so that players can get maximum exposure. Let's take a listen.
When we talk about the transformation of sports in India, especially in the past 9 years, do you think tennis is getting a very important place, not only when we talk about Olympians and bigger in events, but events like PSPB tennis tournament or smaller events where the nation has been put first?
Ma'am, if you can see since last few years, maybe 7 to 8 years, a lot of young talents are coming from rural area, from small cities. So what we see that the liking and participation and motivation level, because they are getting the benefits. They are getting the benefits in the sense infrastructure facilities are available. They are getting sponsorship. They are getting scholarship. So they are motivated to participate. And second, the recognition of the players, whoever are doing good in world sport or national level, they are giving immense recognition and motivation by the top of the industry, the top of the management, or you can say even the political democracy also, the political leadership, even states, everybody is providing so much infrastructure.
Well, Indian Deaf cricket team left Sharjah today for the Deaf T20 World Cup for participating in the International Cricket Council's T20 Champions Trophy in Sharjah from Wednesday. Our correspondent Sharad Mudgal spoke to the team members before leaving for
अभ्यास सत्र में बच्चों ने काफ़ी मेहनत किया और जो भी मैचेस हुए अभ्यास सत्र में सभी में काफ़ी अच्छा किया इन्होंने बच्चों ने और उम्मीद करते हैं कि बच्चे वहां जा कर के वर्ल्ड कप में ये भारत के लिए जीत करके आएंगे ये बच्चे हमारे.
Well, that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. We're going to be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Anil Thomas from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Sports Buzz.